Time for this week's 10-Minute War, a little homage to the 10-year war back when it was still a rivalry. It's not anymore. But that won't stop us from talking to the one and only, perhaps, reasonable Ohio State Bucknut himself, Mark Rogers, who has a fantastic Voice of College Football channel all on his own, covering every team and every angle imaginable from this great sport. You can find it right here on YouTube alongside our channel as well. Mark, good to have you back, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great, Steve. Enjoying the college football. It's great to see you. And a little bit of me believes that you're stating that about it no longer being a rivalry, thinking with a smirk in the back of your mind that it may soon be one again.
No. All right, let's get to your thoughts, Mark, on what you've seen from Michigan so far and what you think it may or may not portend for the rest of the season. I laid out my thoughts here at the start of the program. Now it's your turn.
I think you can have a run-first identity in this day and age of college football, but you have to have the ability to throw the football. So I think they've shown that to a certain extent, and so I think that's healthy where maybe they kind of lost their way to a certain extent. Jim Harbaugh is comfortable and loves fullbacks and tight ends, and he loves to run the football, smash mouth football. And I think there's a place for that still in college football, and they are executing that. And when they go to the air game, which was, I think, only 17 of 65 plays against Northern Illinois, they're taking pretty deep shots. And I think it's been pretty effective. And I think that they can capitalize on that identity in the Big Ten. Actually, what they are doing seems to be more in vogue in this conference this particular season among what has become the upper crust of the Big Ten, which is a very thick upper crust. Wisconsin, Penn State, Michigan, possibly Michigan State, Iowa, Wisconsin, that all those teams have identity in the defense first and foremost. And Michigan's back to playing Michigan defense on that side of the football, where Ohio State's kind of the outlier in trying to contend this season as a pass-happy offensive machine that can't play defense.
That's the issue. It's the defensive side of the ball on top of the style that Ohio State wants to play. I think these are some things Ryan Day's never really faced before as a head coach. On top of it, I understand there's a crazy story where one of the Ohio State websites may have apparently been paying a player to give them inside news, and then that guy got kicked off the team or benched or something. What's gone on with the defensive coordinator position? A guy he handpicked, and then he hands it over to a guy that was like a analyst for us just a few years ago, and then in his very first game gives up 500 some odd yards to a Tulsa team that even last year when they were good was not a good offense. That team was driven by defense. So I think Ryan Day is going through a few things right now that with the roster that he inherited and the toys that he was given, he's just not had to face as a head coach before. And he's got some time looking at that schedule to dig out from it and come up with some answers. But they're figuring some things out right now as we speak. So let's do this, Mark. With most of the non-conference, obviously you had Notre Dame, Wisconsin this weekend. Iowa, Colorado State are going to play a game of, which coach can punt at the opponent's 38-yard line the most. With that notwithstanding, we're really kind of heading into conference play now. Let's play a game of fake news or not. I'll just give you a Big Ten team, all right? And you tell me when it comes to what the current perception of them is either a Big Ten contender, a team that can make a bowl game, or a playoff contender, if you think they're fake news or not. You think that they're, maybe the rep is deserved based on what you're seeing. You ready to go?
Here we go.
All right, let's do this rapid fire. Let's start with right here, Michigan. What do you think? Fake news or not?
Not. I believe if the standard is and the expectation is to contend for a Big Ten championship, not necessarily win it. I'm not guaranteeing a winning Big Ten championship.
Good.
Team,
we don't win championships around here anymore, so it's good you're not guaranteeing that. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Not with the Scarlet and Gray still around. And despite all the calls that I took over the weekend, yes, they still have 4 and 5 stars and will fix it to some degree. That Michigan will be a roughly 9-3 ball club that will be in contention for Big Ten Eastern Division championship with a couple weeks left in the season. Yes.